Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Diana Emerson. Today, we're listening to Who Murdered the Postman.
A postal worker is shot dead on a highway.
There was multiple gunshots to the front of Tony Mosby's postal truck.
Oh, man.
We had nothing, no suspect information, anything.
And no indication that that victim was doing anything but his job when someone fired shots into his vehicle.
Detectives zero in on potential suspects.
And you should be honest with me.
I know that she's leaving a lot out. This is your life on the line.
A mother's tough love breaks down the barrier.
I don't raise you to be no liar. Tell me the truth. I'm sorry, Lord.
Are you a co-victim killer? No, I'm not a killer.
Investigators searching for answers in the interrogation room.
I'm so sorry.
Every suspect accused of a crime has the right to remain silent. Many agree to be interrogated anyway, but they can stop the interview at any moment, making it a race against time. Justice hangs in the balance.
Yeah, I need paramedics and police. I'm at 30 eastbound. I need somebody here real quick.
What's going on there?
Someone shot a driver. Yeah, this is postal service. There's a postal vehicle here. I don't know if he's still breathing, but if there's a gunshot through the front windshield. Oh, man.
The driver of a USPS box truck crashed into the guardrail. When officers arrived, they say that driver was already dead.
We learned that one of our motor vehicle service drivers was shot and killed while he was in the course of his duties on I-30. We were able to identify the victim as Mr. Tony Mosby. He had been with the post office about 14 years, 58 years of age at the time.
There was multiple gunshots to the front of Tony Mosby's postal truck. One of the rounds had gone through the windshield and struck him in the face. And that was the round that took his life. When a postal employee is murdered, we, as a federal agency, have federal jurisdiction. We take that very seriously and we pull out all the stops.
Uncle Tony was just a very hard worker. He was the glue, the backbone of the Mosby side of the family.
He was a big teddy bear, a hardworking, very caring and lovable person. He was always working. That's one thing he loved doing, was working.
I definitely looked up to, his work ethic, his drive, and, that ambition. He was really a great man.
What the police was able to tell us was that, Uncle Tony was just shot and killed and that they don't know who did it. I was just in shock.
I was definitely thinking about who could have done this to Tony because he never really bothered anybody.
Right now, police have no witnesses, no surveillance video, no suspect in the death of this USPS truck driver, and no indication that that victim was doing anything but his job when someone fired shots into his vehicle.
When I arrived at the scene, we had nothing, no suspect information, anything.
One of the things that's very important is to establish a timeline. We got to start putting the puzzle together. to help lead us to the person that's responsible for this.
We started canvassing the area and doing everything that we possibly could to try to find out if there were any surveillance video, anything around that could help us capture this incident on our camera.
There was a gas station that actually had video showing Mr. Mosby's vehicle, the truck that he was driving, right before it entered the interstate. That gave us a good idea of when he was getting on the interstate. Another critical piece was there was neighborhoods adjoining the interstate that had electric doorbell that with video and audio, what appeared to be 4 shots.
But we still didn't know who committed this horrible crime. There was a lot of pressure.
The United States Postal Service is now offering $50,000 as a reward for any information about a shooting that killed one of its employees.
When $50,000 was placed forward, it made a world of difference in this case.
Her relative worked for the Postal Service, and I think once they had learned Mr. Mosby had died, it was weighing on her.
Today's date is February 21st, 2018. It's 11:48. Jessica, my name is Derek Cheney. I'm with the Dallas Police.
And I'm Paul Ecker with the U.S. Postal Inspection Service.
If interviewing and interrogating anyone, you have to make them comfortable. She was very nervous, very scared because she knew this murder's been on the news. She knows information about it.
We really appreciate you stepping up and doing the right thing and being here, okay?
Okay.
You're not under custody.
Right.
You're not in custody and you're free to leave at any point. So all this is voluntary information that you're providing, yes? No one's threatening you or anything to that effect. Okay.
We had dinner there after we were done. His cousin, Donnie, actually called us to see if we wanted to go bowling or anything. We had them meet us outside the restaurant.
Okay, and you said Dave. Who was on?
Donnie is his cousin, and Chanel is the girlfriend.
Do you know him by Donnie? Do you know by his last name?
It's Farrah.
Donnie Farrah. All right. Tell me what happened.
We decided that we were going to go to a bar and shoot some pool.
A lot of times people, they're a little bit hesitant to come forward when it comes down to these investigations. They always have a saying, snitches get stitches. So we want to make sure that they can talk to us and come forward about everything.
What happened?
We then left and went to CJ's Dillard. We were there roughly until about 1:30. After that, we tried to go back to the hotel. Chanel was driving.
Okay.
Donnie was in the passenger seat.
Okay.
There was a U.S. Postal truck in front of us. She was driving very close to this truck. She then swerved over to go around him. We passed this U.S. Postal truck. According to Donnie, the driver of that truck flipped us off. When I looked to the right, and the gun that Donnie had was sticking out to my side of the window.
Okay. How did he position his body?
He kind of leaned out a little bit to where his head and his right arm was sticking out of the window. I had heard it go off.
How many shots did you hear?
Roughly about 3.
And all 3 shots came from the gun that you saw Donnie talk about. You have your phone now?
Yeah, I
Can you show me a picture?
At that point, we have now identified the shooter.
Okay. Describe the gun for me.
Looked like a revolver, but kind of like a newer revolver.
What color?
Silver.
And she said that the gun was a revolver. And so now we have an idea if this projectile comes back to a gun that it's a revolver. Now we could say that this is a possible bullet from the gun that was used to kill the victim. Putting all that together, we had enough to get a warrant.
Wednesday evening, we had postal inspectors at the residence of Miss Walker, and as they were out on surveillance, they saw Mr. Farrell exit the residence with a weapon in his hands. Mr. Farrell saw the agents and ran back in the house, and we then had a barricade situation. Dallas County Sheriff's Office sent their tactical team out to this residence in Hutchins, Texas, and began to establish lines of communication. Ms. Walker and the rest of the family members were able to exit the residence. Mr. Farrell stayed behind.
When I went up into the interview room with her, my main objective was to build a rapport with her.
Thank you.
You
Well, I hope so.
her boyfriend was now barricaded inside that residence. I know there was some worry for her, but we want to make sure that she understands when you're not truthful, it can draw some questions about your involvement as well. It'll be straightforward. Okay.
The victim, Tony Mosby, was a U.S. postal worker, and as such, he was a federal employee. That means if law enforcement can catch his killer, that person will likely face a murder charge in federal court.
So, Shamir, I'm working this case, and your name came up in my investigation. My initial approach to her was to let her know that I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. But now I need you to also be honest with me and tell me what happened. Like I told you before, when I told you I'm looking at you as a witness, okay? But at the same time, I need you to be perfectly honest with me about everything. I'm talking about start to finish. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to feed you no fried ice cream. I'm going to be 100% with you, okay? So, will you be honest with me?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back a few days, okay? So, what happened on the 18th?
Which is Sunday, right?
Right.
Sunday. Me and Donnie was at home.
And what is Donnie's name?
Donnie Farrell Jr.
Okay. And who is he to you?
My fiance. He had texted his cousin and asked what they were doing. They said they probably want to go shoot pool or whatever. So we found a pool hall that closed like at 2, and we was like, okay, we're just gonna go there and shoot pool.
What time y'all leave the pool hall?
I think it was about close to 2 or at 2. At this point, he's driving because I was too intoxicated to drive, and I didn't want to record do nothing. So I think we went home.
And that was it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the information that I have, that I learned up until this point, I know that she's leaving a lot out. I'm talking to you as a witness, all right?
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, you can. I know that you drove the whole night, okay? I know that. Okay. I know that there's more to that highway incident, and I know you love your fiance. Okay. But I need you to be honest with me. Okay.
Yes, sir. When we left the pool hall, we was on the freeway. And I was drunk and I was driving. And he was on the passenger side. And he was like, babe, can I let off? And I was like, no. What? I was like, no, Donnie, what the did I tell you about doing stupid stuff like that? But he did it anyway.
Well, when you say let it off, what did he shoot his gun or what?
Yeah, he shot his gun.
What did he do? Show me what he did. Where is he sitting at?
He's sitting in the passenger side.
I'm him. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm him. Okay. So he's right here. So when I have her to go through the details, I just wanted her to actually give me that visual. You know, I'm talking to her, thinking back to that morning when I was out there on that scene, so that way I'll know how the shooting actually took place. You go ahead and be right here, and I'm gonna sit right here. Okay. So you driving, you on the highway. Okay. Who's on the highway with you guys? What's in front of you? What's around you?
I don't know what.
Any other vehicles on the road with you?
No, I really didn't see any. I don't really know if it was any cars on the freeway.
Chanel.
I really wasn't paying attention.
Okay, let's remember. Let's be honest with each other. You driving? I'm you. I'm driving. Okay, and you're him. How did he do it?
I guess he just put it out the window.
He used his right hand.
And I guess he just like shot.
All right. Was it anybody around? Chanel. I know that she knows more. I'm still trying to get her to come forth with more information, more details, so that way I could match what I have at the scene.
I really was intoxicated. I really don't know what all was said and how it was said. I can only tell you what I remember from that night and Saturday. My mom had asked me what happened.
When did she ask you what happened?
When we were outside. And we were waiting, and we've been trying to call him to get him to come outside.
So that's when your mom's asking you to, what happened, stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, okay?
Yes, sir.
I explained it to her mother how serious this was. So I allowed her mother to go into the interview room. It was a risky move. I didn't want her to shut down on me.
I'm gonna tell you like this. You know you love this dude. This man that lost his life. Listen to me. Tell him the truth. It's nothing you can do now. Donnie did what he did. And it's messed up. You gotta look at that family. If that was your son, you want somebody to tell you. Did you hear what I'm saying? Yes. I don't raise you to be no liar for nobody. For no fitness. You hear what I'm saying? Yes. You tell these officers everything. You have a freaking son you gotta think about. Do you hear what I'm saying? Tell him every single thing, baby. Don't you hide nothing back. Because that man got kids. And he can't see his kids no more. If that was you or your daddy or your brother or something, you would want somebody to tell the truth. His family need closure. Do you hear what I'm saying? Tell him the truth. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tell them what it's like.
One thing I commend this mother here, even though she know how bad it is. She reminds me of the parenting that I grew up on, that old school parenting where, hey, no matter how bad it seems, always tell the truth.
Tell them the truth. If you tell them everything, word for word, what happened, how it was set up, what was done, tell them the truth, Benjamin. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yes. Don't lie. Do you hear me? Are you ready? Yes.
Once the mother came out, I just felt good that it was time to go back in there. Let's talk, okay? I need to know, so what happened?
I was driving, and I think the only truck or the only vehicle I seen on the highway was the mail truck. And I wasn't paying attention to if he was cutting me off or not, or kept jumping in front of me. So Donnie was like, he was like, he keep cutting us off or whatever. And he said that he gave us the finger. But I didn't know, I didn't see it. And like I said, I didn't see him with the gun in his hand, but I heard it go off. And that's when I guess the truck had swerved over and hit the rail or something like that. And that's what, that's what I seen or I experienced.
The main reason why he wanted to fire off because
maybe because it got cut off in front of us, but I don't know, because he's like, they can all let off on top, and that's when I had seen the truck swerve over, and it was behind me, and I guess it had hit the wall or something like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I wasn't even in that state of mind of thinking that he would do something like that. I didn't know, because like I said, I think I had more drinks than him. And like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is not him. This is not him. I never would imagine him doing anything like that, because he's not the type of person he is.
Became very emotional. I mean, this is his girlfriend. They're expecting a child together. It must have been hard to give up this information. Who y'all been together?
We've been together since November. He proposed to me on Christmas Eve.
He know about the possible baby on him?
Yes.
I feel that mom's conversation with her really helped her understand the seriousness of this investigation. So that's why she gave me the information she's given me, and pretty much cooperated with everything that I already had received. I feel sorry for what happened to this man, because I wouldn't want nothing to happen like this to my son. And I'm trying to do right and let you guys know. But you had no idea?
No, sir, I didn't. Because when he asked me, can he fire off, it just asked me, to me, that was asking, can he just shoot his gun off, like, to try to show, I guess, because his cousin and the girlfriend was in a car with us. So that's how I took it as. But I still told him no, because I don't like him doing that. And now this happened.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Do I believe she left out some important details? Yes, because she did not want to put her boyfriend in jail. But he knew where to push her to make her tell the truth.
Investigators made an arrest last night. Donnie Farrell, the 25-year-old, was reportedly the passenger in a car that was driving erratically on I-30 near downtown Dallas early Monday morning.
We already had an idea of what our challenges was. We know that he will deny he had any involvement, but also he didn't know what we knew already. It's all about that approach, so that way they'll know me, not just a guy with a gun and badge. Walking into that room knowing that everything is at stake, it's game time.
Law enforcement was able to track down the suspect.
In the murder of Tony Mosby, police arrested 25-year-old Donnie Farrell after a lengthy standoff.
I was just so relieved, he was finally off the street, and then it was just so angry. He didn't hurt your family. He wasn't, breaking into your home. Why would you need to do something like this?
Okay, so I need to talk to you, okay? All right. You all right then? So, what's your name, man?
Donnie Farrell.
Donnie, okay. Where you from? Yeah.
I was born.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, California. I was born in West Dominican.
You from LA?
Yeah, I grew up.
Okay, cool. So the biggest thing when I walked into that room, I wanted to make him feel comfortable. So my goal was to build a relationship with him, build a rapport with him. What do you call it? You call it Chanel? Okay, yeah. So you love him. That's what I'm talking about. Love it a bit. How long did it take y'all to be boyfriend and girlfriend?
It's about a week and a half. It was kind of like love at first sight,
Oh, so you when you saw her, you said I have it.
I just knew the presence was strong.
Yeah. You see yourself being a lot with her. To my understanding too, it's a possibility that you guys may be expecting her. Right. You got a baby on the way, possibility. Right. You got a 4-year-old stepson. I felt like he was reserved, and I wanted to get across to him to let him know, even though you're arrested right now, I'm human. Let's talk and we'll move forward. In this case, I know you were there. Okay. I know you were there. And I know really what happened. But I want to help me understand, okay, what happened. And like I told you before, everybody makes mistakes. Now, you make plenty of mistakes. I make plenty of mistakes. All right. But at the end of the day, as men, okay, we own up to what we've done, right? And we move on. All right. So on the way from the pool hall, where did y'all go?
It's all I don't remember stopping. After we got to the bar, I remember stopping.
Okay. Huh?
Can't remember stopping the room.
Okay, so
I'm like really half asleep, I'm like so bad.
He kept using the term he was faded, meaning that he was under the influence. He was trying to make me believe that he was so drunk where he just don't remember anything. I knew that wasn't truthful. So when y'all on the highway, y'all headed back to the hotel. All right. What happened?
We headed back to the hotel.
Did you get into it with anybody? You didn't. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna be straightforward with you, man. Like I have been the whole time. I know there was more to the station. I ain't lied to you from day one. I came in, I hadn't been mean to you. Anytime I've been respectful to you, right?
You seem like a straightforward.
Yeah. I wanted him to continue to talk to me. So I want to continue to drill those things into him. Hey, don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. This is your life on the line. I've been working this case, got a lot of information. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I need you to be real honest with me. Because I'd rather for me for your own story than me to have to tell your story. I know you're not a cold-blooded killer. All right? I know you're not. I know you're not a cold-blooded killer. Are you a cold-blooded killer? No, I'm not a killer. I know that there was an incident where an individual may have been cutting you guys off. And I don't know if he made a gesture towards you, flipped you off or whatever. But at that point in time, you had a gun on you. Did you mean to kill him? I'm sorry, I killed him. So at this point, I believe that he wasn't taking me serious. I kept saying, I know, but he was at the point in time, okay, if you know, prove it. Did you mean to shoot at him? I'm sorry, I shot at him. I'm not gonna play the games with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I know you know. I do. Had his arms folded, had a frown on his face. He's sizing me up. I'm sizing him up. I didn't think that he believed that, because I kept telling him, I know that you shot. So I started digging a little deeper to give him some more information to let him know I know what happened. I've spoken with Shanae, right? I've spoken with Jessica. I've spoken with these folks. You see what I'm saying? And you're the last one to know. I know you fired at that guy. I know you fired at the vehicle that he was in. Right? You think we just showed up at your house and pick you out of all these millions of folks? You think we did that? Just out of random. We say, hey, we're gonna mess with old Donnie Jr. today. You think we did that? No. That ain't the way it works. You see what I'm saying? You're a young man. You got your whole life ahead of you. Alright? But I need to know what happened. Did he make you that angry? Or was it just an accident? He was faking. The gun. How long you own the gun? It was not mine. It was given to me. It was given to you. Who gave it to you? Some God. Really? How? What kind of gun? 38. At any moment, he could ask for his attorney. So I want to make sure to keep him talking to me. The only reason I had it, to be honest with you, being honest, I was working at 7-Eleven. That's why I was giving to me. Okay. Because I was working at it. And for the past while, I mean, that's understandable. I mean, you got to protect yourself all the time. But we talking about this guy but this man didn't deserve to die. You know what I mean? This man that you shot and killed. This man was at work. You hear me? Did you mean to do it? No, I didn't. Were you just trying to scare him, or what was that? That was like my main intention. Was it just because you thought he was trying to cut you off, or what was it? I mean, he was I'm trying to make those people. You know, I did what I did. Yeah. I had to face the consequences. But I was intoxicated. Like I said, I was so faded, and I was my eyes were better open. That's right. All right, you can want to say that.
There were times that Detective Walton would exit, come out to us, and we would just discuss things on the checklist, things that we wanted to make sure were answered. What we wanted to do was to get Mr. Farrell to the point of fully describing how he shot at Mr. Mosby.
You shot at him. Did you see? Did he see? Cause I know y'all were close. I mean, y'all had to be close to him. Y'all were close. Okay, so we okay. So Chanel driving. You said put your shirt first. So I'm just trying to get a bridge. Like, yeah. Okay, so we drive. Put your shirt up. So okay, cool. We right here. All right. So I'm Chanel driving. All right. So what was when y'all getting on the ramp? What happened? I was facing. Okay, I don't know nothing about how we got on. Okay, but you know how you shot. How did you shot? Which hand did you use to shoot? Right. So how did you? What? You did just like this, and you pulled the trigger. You said you emptied it out.
When Detective Walton had him demonstrate how he shot, that can show his intent because you have to aim exactly in the direction of that truck to hit that driver.
I know you had to look back.
I did not. I was so offended. I just.
It couldn't have been a way. I'm thinking about the truth. Because when the information I got, you saw what you were doing. You shoot like this. It's straight shooting. Like that. To shoot like this, huh? And to be that accurate. No. I started telling him it's not believable. And it was a risky move because at any moment he could ask for his attorney. He said, I'm asking these things for a reason. You know, if you're trying to protect your girl, just say it. Just be straightforward. Tell him. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like he disrespects your girl, I mean, you already told me you love it. Based on his demeanor and based on the way he was acting inside the room, I knew that he was getting ready to be honest. You come this far, don't hold back now. He did just like this. Just like this. Just like this. This man made you mad by the way he was driving. You know what I'm saying? This man made you mad by the way he was driving. You have to look like this. Like this. If I looked, I was looking in the rearview mirror. So you would turn your head just like, be straightforward with it. I want to get a true, complete understanding, knowing that I have witnesses saying this, I have evidence that's saying this, but you're saying something else. That's a problem. I'm asking these things for a reason because, like I said, I've talked to a lot of people. The way you said that you did this, right? That's not going to be believable. You know these rooms are recorded. You know what I mean? You got people that's watching this video. And I did like this. Did like this. You did what? Like what? Did like that. You looked. You saw. You saw this way you should. Yeah. You did. Yeah. You weren't looking straight. No, I did like this. You did like that. Now we're at the point where I felt like he's giving me everything. And the main reason why you shot the gun and you look back like that is because of why? I was intoxicated and tried to cut it, so we did cut it. So you pissed off about that? And he gave you the finger, and that pissed you off, and that's why you shot. So like, where does this take when we show that in court? No, it's about I mean, this is all a part of the investigation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, yeah, I did. And to be honest with you, boss, had it been somebody else, I wouldn't even have told him. We set the foundation where he could talk, make him comfortable, and that way he felt as if he could talk to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, you're gonna be charged with murder tonight. Okay? Well, let me ask you this straight up, man. Like, you tell me I'm young, I've got my whole life. I make this mistake. How long you think they gonna get? You know, I don't know. I don't make those decisions. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's murder. It's murder. Yeah.
He finally sank over in his chair, and you saw his shoulders drop and his head drop, and it seemed like the full acceptance was finally there. He realized the show was over. There wasn't any more denial. There wasn't any more covering it up.
I honestly think that his ego got the best of him that night that led up to the victim's death. Once you pull that trigger, you have to take ownership, knowing that that bullet can come out that gun, and if it hits someone, it can kill somebody.
Miss Walker, for her involvement in this, she was charged with a single count of accessory after the fact and received 4 years of federal probation. This type of crime is a perfect example of what a senseless murder would be defined as. Even if there was a traffic altercation in some way, no one deserves to be shot at. It seemed like this was a situation, just the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's what's so unfortunate in this case.
When it comes down to homicide, it takes a special person mentally to do this job. You think about bringing some kind of closure to the family, but not saying they're going to get closure. Because you're talking about you taking a piece of their heart away when their loved one had passed away.
Do I feel as if justice was served? I don't. He only got 30 years in prison. He'll still get to walk free on this earth where my uncle couldn't anymore because he took his life away.
I was very appreciative of the officers and the detective of all the hard work and the jobs that they did. I was happy that person was finally off of the street. I miss Tony very much. There's really never not a time I'm not thinking about him because he was really a great man. He was very